Hey, this is Pamela Schneider. I'm the retail editor for Blue Book Services, and this is the Produce Reporter Week in Review. Greg Johnson, our director of media development, has been working on a few stories this week. One of them was kind of a supply outlook ag tools analysis for romaine. And romaine, the market's been pretty steady, but it's not going to be steady for long.
No, volume has been pretty good, and it's a sharp contrast to the spring, which there was a lot of volatility and really suffering at the start of the pandemic. But romaine has gotten to where it's been pretty steady. Volume is good. It looks really, when you start graphing it out like we do with ag tools, it looks very similar to previous seasons. But there are some fires in California, and not only fires, but pretty rough weather, a lot of heat in the Salinas area. That's where most of the product is. And we have an update on that from some of our sources in Salinas saying the air quality is very bad and the weather is tough, and it's causing some product quality issues, some labor issues with people getting to the fields. So that will disrupt the market for a few weeks, they think.
Pretty much anything grown out there in Salinas could be affected. We've got some pretty dramatic photos coming across social media over the last couple of days, evacuation orders. And while that may not affect the ground that stuff is planted in, it does affect everyone who has to work there, especially when you talk evacuation orders. So that's something we're going to have to watch. And I really think that a lot of these products are going to have some market volatility over the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely right. And the supply chain is much larger than just harvesting it in fields. It's all along the process, and anytime there are problems with that, there's just a disruption.
We also saw some market disruption this week. We're talking about both Walmart and Target reported their earnings, and I listened to the reports, and I got basically the same thought out of both of them. They both reported record earnings. And I watch on the market trackers, and those are the retailers that are reporting record earnings. The retailers that are not are the ones that don't have food. Other than Home Depot. I mean, that's the reason I'm in my kitchen right now, is I'm one of the millions of homeowners that has undertaken a home improvement project, spent my stimulus check on a new room. So those guys and grocery stores are doing so well right now. And I kind of joked, do you remember back in the day when I've been watching that Kohl's store by my house, hoping that it would be one of those Kohl's Aldi hybrids? And instead I got a Planet Fitness.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of the Portland Trailblazers drafting Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. They missed big time on that one.
I too have been watching The Last Dance.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we watched that this spring, back when there was no sports. But some of us, their teams are still playing, judging by your jersey and my lack of one.
Yeah, I'll be watching the Champions League final this weekend. But yeah, so a lot of the retailers, it's no surprise to me that Walmart and Target are just blowing it out of the water right now, because they're one of the few places that you can go to get everything, pretty much. And they both have robust online groceries. A couple of the analysis out there says that Walmart has surpassed Amazon in even dry grocery. And not surprising to me, because they've been putting so much effort into it. And to be able to have the one-stop shop right now, with people not wanting to go more than one stop lately, it's just a no-brainer. And I really I bet that Kohl's had wished it had done a little more with Aldi than actually going to a Planet Fitness model.
Yeah, as it turns out, the apparel, I mean, we don't cover that industry, but I do cover it by reading, I follow it with the Wall Street Journal and some people I know in the industry, and it's definitely getting slammed. And it's human nature. I mean, who do we have to look good for right now? We're not going anywhere, and we're covering our faces.
Right. Not going anywhere, covering our faces. I bet lipstick's also suffering quite a bit right now.
I'm sure it is. On some of the masks that I use around here, it's on the inside of a few of them. But you mentioned Aldi, and unfortunately, Aldi got caught up in one of numerous recalls. We've been covering the onion recall for weeks now, and there seems to be an update every day. The illnesses are getting darn near 1,000 on that one. But just this week, we got some info on a Aldi peach recall, and it also swept up Target. And of course, I had just been to Aldi, so I had to go and look, and well, I have it the wrong way. Like, oh no, am I caught up in this? I've already eaten one.
No, you're good. Those are Kingsburg.
Yeah, so it turns out I'm safe, and they are quite good.
Actually, it is a recall. I'm not. I mean, actually, it is an outbreak. The Minnesota Department of Health. Yeah. When they sent over that it was related to Prima Wayona packing, that's one of the largest peach shippers out there in California. And as soon as I saw it was just Aldi, and I'm going, this has got to be more than one retailer. And within an hour, Target was added to it. So I suspect over the weekend, we're going to see a lot more retailers have to join in on this. And these kind of things, they happen. And having been to the Center for Produce Safety's research symposium, I went last year here in Austin, Texas, and there are things that go on in peach packing warehouses, and they're, you know, fantastic operations, but there are so many nooks and crannies that are involved in peach packing that this kind of stuff happens. And they're doing the best they can to do all the research they can to mitigate these problems, but you know, this kind of thing does happen. So we'll be watching to see what all gets added to this recall. Well, that's it for the Produce Reporter Weekend Review. If you are not getting the Produce Reporter newsletter, you need to go to producebluebook.com and sign up.
See you next time, and I gotta say, sitting next to these suckers.
Hey, wait, I have props. I'm in my kitchen, man.
I'm in my basement, and it smells peachy.
I will see your peaches and raise you nectarines.
Yeah, that's about twice as much as I got.
It probably costs twice as much too, because I got it at Costco and you got yours at Aldi.